Good evening, class. My name is John Clinebell, and tonight I'm going to continue my conversation on the modernization of the cavalry in the interwar period. This week I found several news articles that talked about the transformation of the cavalry. The first article I'm going to talk about today is Mechanized Units in Cavalry March by Hanson W. Baldwin. The article is about the 7th Cavalry Brigade in its first long march with its newly fielded vehicles. At the time, the 7th Cavalry Brigade was the only mechanized brigade and was planned to expand into a division. The exercise was to include 516 vehicles and 3,000 cavalrymen from Fort Knox, Kentucky to Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia, and last 4 days. It was a 700-mile round trip. Another article I reviewed was Gin, the Cavalry and Ride a Hell Buggy, also by Hanson W. Baldwin. This article talks about how tanks didn't have its own corps, but was split between the infantry and the cavalry. It gives a list of vehicles that make up the cavalry formation, such as armored cars, half-track, scout cars, and motorcycles. The article also describes what it's like being in a tank and how the tank commander signals the driver by tapping him with his boot. The next article that I read was Cavalry to Become More Powerful Under Army's Reorganization by John G. Norris. I found this article very informative. It describes how the cavalry is reorganizing. In the opening of the article, the author says that even though the cavalry is getting smaller, it is getting stronger. The author talks about how units are getting deactivated and how the Army is going to keep 2 cavalry divisions, but they will reorganize. He talks about how they are moving to a system that is similar to that of Germany, since their vehicles had such success in the opening of World War II. The last article that I'm going to talk to you about tonight is Reconnaissance Corps. This article was written in 1941, and the other articles were written around 1939. This talks about another change to the cavalry. This type of formation, each division had a cavalry battalion that would fight for information for the battalions behind them. The article compares the new mechanized cavalrymen to the horse soldiers. They had to be able to fight, but they also had to be able to take care of their vehicles. Thank you for your time.